Hello everyone, my name is Francisco Gonzalez, and in this day I will talk about some topics that I study in my classes. Let me start with the first topic, that is initiating interaction in the classroom. As you know, the communication that you have with your student is very important, because when you are going to teach a class, you need to know what your student need, and according to the communication that you have with them, you will have a good interaction too. And I have some characteristics that I have: automaticity, intrinsic motivation. That is a very important point, because when you have a good communication and motivation with your students, you will have a good result. Because if you don't have a good interaction and motivation with your students, you don't will have a good result at the end of the classes. And I have a strategy is investment. That is something that the teacher need to develop in classes, because if your teacher don't develop a lot of strategy to teach a class, that is something bad, because that teacher don't will know what activity is going to develop. And I have the language culture connection. That is very important too, because if you have a good connection with your student, that is a good that is something good, because according to the connection that you have with them, you will know what your student need, you will know what are the problems that they have, and also you will know what you can do to help them to improve their language skills. And also I have the interlanguage and communicative competence. In this part, the competence are very important, because if you as a teacher develop the competence in your students, that will be an interest that will be very interesting, because your students going to develop the competence of the topics. And that is what we need in classes: develop the competence of our students. And I have the second topics, that is how to teach beginner students. I have how to teach first beginner students and how to teach true beginner students. Let me start with true beginner students. Are all the students that don't have any idea about the language. They don't know anything about the language, and that is something that can happen in classes. For example, when you are going to teach true beginner students, you need to start since the most basic. For example, if you are going to teach a topic, I recommend you start for teach the verb to be. That is a basic topic. You can teach the pronouns, and something that can help them to your student to start since the most basic, because in the other part you are going to teach another level, can be intermediate level. And I have the first beginner student, that are all the students that have in that know something about the language, but for any reason of the life, they stop to study. And that is something that is very common, because in some cases they leave the country, or they don't have the help of their family, and so on. And I have another point, that are prioritize learning goals. I have do not assume anything. I have celebrate a small achievement. In this part, when you as a teacher celebrate, or you can give them a prize or a gift about what they develop in classes, that will be funny, and that will be something that can motivate to your student, and that is what we need. And I have show, do not tell. And this part is very important, because if you as a teacher show what your student is going to develop, and you are the teacher that present and what your student is going to do in classes, that is good, because you are not just to tell to your student you are going to do this, you are going to do this other thing, and so on. You need to develop a lot of things that can help them. And I have the other topic that is teaching vocabulary. This is the topic number 3, but the first part. I have the commonest words, I have the student needs. In this part, you as a teacher, you need to know what your student needs, because according to that, you are going to develop some activities, or you are going to develop some homeworks that can help to your students. And I have the student language, word building. For example, when you are teaching vocabulary, you as a teacher, you need to help to your student to build build their vocabulary. For example, if they are learning about classroom vocabulary, they need to for example, write some words about classroom vocabulary, and in that way they are going to acquire and are going to learn about this topic. And I have topic areas, cross-reference, and I have relay structure. All those points are very important because help to your students to improve their vocabulary. And I have the same topic number 3, teaching vocabulary, but part number 2. Here I have some points that I have create a context. In this part, you as a teacher, you need to develop different activities in which your student is going to learn, is going to understand the different kinds of vocabulary. For example, you can teach a class in the classroom, but you can do it outside the classroom too, and in that way the student is going to feel something different. And I have description or definition. For example, your student can know the definition of something, for example, of the table. They know the meaning in English, but they don't know how to describe it. And that isn't something that you as a teacher you need to do. And I have the other point that is outside the classroom. This is a very good point because if you as a teacher are developing a class just inside the classroom, you need to do something different. That is something good, because if you develop a class outside the classroom, that is a good way to learn, because you as a student perceive another space, you feel something different, and that is good. I have the object. For example, you as a teacher, if you don't have object about the topic, you don't will have a good result at the end of the classes. I have the translation, and this part in translation, you as a teacher, you need to help your student to use another resources. For example, if your student don't know the word pizarra in English, you need to help them to use the dictionary, because in that way your student is going to use the dictionary to translate the word pizarra, and they will know that the meaning is blackboard. And that is something important because the translation can be used in classes. And I have games and flashcards. This part I don't will use too much time because the other topic is about those things. But I want to tell you something that is games in flashcard change a class to have a funny learning process. And I have the last topic, that is the number 4, that is how to teach English using games and flashcards. As you know, when you are teaching or you are learning a topic, and you are playing is a good way to learn because you are learning and at the same time you are playing. And when you are using good games, that is very good. For example, if you want to learn about the daily routine, sorry, and you are playing at the same time, you create some games that is going to help to your student to learn about that topic. And I have the other point that is flashcard. As you know, in English it's very common to use it because it's a good way to learn. For example, if you want to teach a class about the daily routine and you show to your student a picture that someone is taking a shower, you just present the flashcard and your student is going to tell, mister, that is someone is taking a shower, and that is very useful in English class, and it's a good way to learn. And this is all. Thank you for watching my video. Until the next.